How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have my regional deck list for the regional season that just ended or is still sort of running. I participated in the regional a few days ago and honestly didn't do that well or as well as I thought, but I thought I would share the deck list anyway. I think the meta calls were like a bit off. I think in my region, not a lot of tier limits player, not a lot of sprite matchups, so a lot of the testing was kind of for nothing. Also, I didn't have a lot of time to test and build after the ban list hit, so this is sort of like what I've come up with, and waiting for Bestials, I suppose, waiting for Bestial branded. Of course, we're gonna have a deck profile for that as well, but I guess we sort of just like let it die, and I think it's just like the format fatigue, like not really allowing me to go far, even though I felt like the deck could at some point. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new here. We have awesome giveaways over on Twitter as well at the moment, so jump on over there after you finish the video, and I'll show you the deck profile and tell you a little bit about how it performed. So this is of course branded Despia, so we have 3 Alubers, we have 3 Albaz, and we have 3 Tragedy. So I played 45 cards at the end because I felt like I was missing a lot of interruptions and hand traps, so I added them sort of like at the end. I think the night before I added 3 hand traps that I'll show you in a minute. If you do want to cut down to 40, Tragedy and Albaz definitely could be cuttable. If you're going for like hand traps 40 cards with branded, they could be cuttable to 2, so consider that. We have the one-offs, we have Ad Libitum, which is of course crazy as always, it's the best card. Dramaturge, which a lot of people told me not to include, but I think really performed well still. It's just like a free big body on the board that is also an interruption, and I think it's super valuable. What was less valuable, I think, was Albion. Didn't really shine, didn't really do what it was supposed to do. And also Comedy, which I thought I was going to run into a lot of like Veilers and Imperms. That's why I included it. I actually encountered more Ash Blossoms than I thought. So Comedy and Albion a little, like sort of underperformed a little bit. I think these two, especially since I'm not running branded Lost, I can't really search this. So I think it might have been the wrong call to include it. Then we have Ecclesia, which I think is I think it's still a must for this deck as the light target now that we don't have snow. And it did come up a few times. It's a free special summon, it's a free body for Chimera, so I think it's still pretty solid as the light target, even though we're running other ones as well. So this was the main deck monsters. We have the 6 hand traps, we have 3 Nibiru and 3 Crow. The reason why I honestly couldn't live without those, I mean, branded didn't usually run hand traps, but I was really scared of Spell Canceller, which of course I didn't see throughout the tournament, but the Nibirus were the last minute addition to the deck. Crows are solid anyway, so they always came up. I mean, every time that I drew it, it was live for any deck that I was playing against. But Nibiru actually, the last game I played, I actually bricked. I opened 3 Nibirus. I was going second, and out of a 6-card hand, I had like 3 Nibiru, 2 Edge Imp Chain, and like something like branded opening or something. So again, I put this in for a specific like matchup or a specific interruption, but I didn't end up seeing it. So I think it was still the right call in my opinion. But yeah, it didn't come up as much. Then we have the Edge Imp Chain package. We have 2, 2, and 2. I think these are great. I love these 2. I used to like brick on them when I had like 3 and 3, but these feel like a lot more balanced. So I think I'm definitely gonna keep them at 2, sorry. And also for the Bestial format coming up and the Bestial list that we're gonna build and show on the channel as well, I think the package is still pretty valuable, so we'll see how that evolves. Then we have 3 opening and 3 branded fusion. These are honestly non-negotiable. We have 2 red. I did have a moment where I was thinking that maybe I'm actually including 3, but I ended up playing 2. It was fine. I mean, it's honestly, it's one of the best cards in the deck, and if it resolves, you're doing really well. I actually didn't get crowed on it at all, but I think 2 is fine. Then we have 3 Super Poly, which was honestly an MVP. You can Super Poly any board today. I'm playing Garura, so I ended up Super Polying Mathmex, which was great. Then I was playing 2 Allure of Darkness, which at 2 helps like unbrick your hand. 2 Droplet, which I never saw, and 1 Cosmic Cyclone, which I think I saw once, and it actually cost me a game because of the 1,000 life points that I paid for it. I was playing against an Eldritch player. They set a card. I was like, they had 1 card in hand, and it was Fateful Adventure. And I was sure like 100% they were gonna just try to tribute the card for cost to summon the Golden Lord for graveyard, and they didn't. So I immediately Cosmic'd it, and then they opened Fateful Adventure, which was unfortunate. Then we have the Theater, the Callby, and the Banishment. The Banishment is honestly right now, I think, one of the 2 best cards in the deck. It's amazing. It won me a lot of games, and it's really good. Callby is a must for this deck. There's no reason not to play it. Theater, I would cut, honestly. You're playing 2 polys, and you end up seeing like the Theater and the polys together in the same hand or on the field, and it's sort of like, it's meh. And the second effect used to be so good, but now I feel like all the fusion monsters get banished, and this summons only from grave, so yeah. But wait, 95% of you are not subscribed, so please take a minute, hit that subscribe button, and enjoy the rest of the video. Extra deck, we have 3 Albion. I think this is good. 2 Lubellion, I hate this card. I'm honestly thinking about cutting this to 1. I don't see any reason, like if you're playing correctly, there's no way your Lubellion gets banished or is in the graveyard. And it's a really valuable spot in the extra deck, so there could be an option where you play 1. One of my friends that I was testing with did end up playing 1, and I wish I did as well. We have 2 Mirror Jade, which is great. Masquerade was the best card in my deck. This won me all my games, to be honest. It puts an incredible amount of pressure. Not a lot of people are playing like droplets and dark rulers anymore. And honestly, I put 1 of these against Mathmech. Just 1. They clear their board, put 1 of these, put a Mirror Jade, and they couldn't play. They ended up just like burning themselves to death. Chimera, I wish I had 2. I only have 1 because I sold my other one. But I think at 1 is fine if you're playing correctly. I made a huge misplay game 3 where it cost me the game, where I wanted to go for Chimera with Dramaturge for an OTK, and I summoned Lubellion, and it was my second Lubellion because my first one got banished, if you could believe it. Then I was looking through my banished fusion monsters to see what I can summon Mirror Jade with, and I was like, oh, I don't have a Lubellion in my extra deck, I should put it back. But I also had a Chimera, which was already banished, and I didn't use it. I should have used it to summon the Mirror Jade, then I could go into another Chimera, but I didn't, and it cost me the game, and it was unfortunate. We have Garura. If you're playing Super Poly, I think this is the better target than Muddragon. Titanic Lad didn't really come up. Starving Venom also didn't come up, but I feel like I really need at least 1 of these for towers, for arrivals and such. So I wouldn't feel comfortable playing, like, if you don't have either of these and they put like a 4k attack arrival, you lose. You don't have an out in the deck, so you have to have at least 1 of them. Queritus, which I think it's so good sometimes. It's just an awesome card. I ended up like having it destroyed by my opponent's Mirror Jade, then summoning Albaz at the end phase and fusing with their Eldritch. So it's good. Dry Stepelia, didn't summon it, but or I did actually once. Turned their Circular to level 1, so they couldn't go into an Xyz. So I think the changes here mainly, I might actually cut Lubellion. And of course I didn't play Albalanitus, and my first matchup was Dragons. I still won because of banishment, so yeah. I think the worst part of my deck was my side deck. So I played 3 Lightning Storm, 3 evenly matched was really, really good. This card is always great. In this format, it's amazing. 3 Dark Ruler No More, which were, to be honest, useless. Could have been Bell, could have been some good going first card. Didn't use it. There's not a lot of boards to break. I didn't see any sprites, but this card might be like lackluster. This was my biggest mistake. Epidemic. Just a wrong meta call, I think. Didn't end up using it at all. Deck Devi might have been better against Mathmex, but overall, this is not a good going first card, in my opinion, in this deck. Should have been something like there can be only one, goes in match. Something like with higher impact, even like Judgment, to be honest. I would play over this. So this was trash. 2 Cosmics, which was fine, and another Banishment, which I actually put in like against Dragons. Going first, game 3, I put in another copy of Banishment to make sure that I end up like using it because it's so impactful. So Lightning Storms also, I think these 2 are good. These 6 I would totally ditch. Go for like something more impactful in terms of like maybe a Floodgate that Brandon can use. And maybe like another Hand Trap or Shifter even, or something like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sometimes it doesn't go that well, but you live and you learn, and sort of like, I'm really looking forward to the Bestial format already. I'm really excited to play it. We have so many deck profiles coming to the channel. We have the Bestial stuff in like a week-ish, week and a few days. And then we're gonna show some Kashtira stuff as well. Shatrila Kashtira. I'm building that as well, pure, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward for Darkwing Blast. Hopefully we have a sneak peek in our locals, so I can go there and play as well. Play a better version of this in the sneak peek and get you guys some packs to open early. Thank you so much for the support as always. Head over to Twitter. There's a lot going on there on my channel, so go check it out over there. Again, thank you for being here in this community. And I really, really do appreciate it. Leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.